Hello again, Jason here. To answer the question, learning Unreal Engine took me about 6 months of focused study and building at about 35 or so hours per week. That's close enough to full-time that I call it 6 months of full-time study. I still haven't mastered Unreal. There are a lot of systems that I don't know in depth and have more to learn about. Those include all sorts of systems like procedural content generation, materials, animation, Niagara VFX, and multiplayer. But I can build games with blueprints and know my way around the C++ side of things. I built and released Eridani Survivors, a 2D survivors-like, in 2025. It's not impressive nor original and doesn't really stand out among the thousands of survivors-likes, but it's basically competent. Some say it would take a lifetime to learn all of Unreal. To master every aspect of every system, maybe. To be competent enough to use all of the systems in a complete game, I think it would take me about another 6 months of study. So let's say in my case, it's 1 year of full-time study to learn Unreal. I've seen people post on Reddit that they've been learning Unreal for 3 to 4 months, and they're frustrated because they can't build anything yet. It's not something where you should expect immediate results. You should give it at least a year. Here's what my learning path was like. My first experience with Unreal was in February 2024 for the Dungeon Crawler Game Jam. In the lead up to the jam, I went through the Gamedev TV course on building environments using Unreal Engine. It used Megascan's content and really got me hooked on the possibilities. For the Game Jam, I grabbed a Dungeon Crawler toolkit from Fab, and it wasn't even called Fab back then, and started building a sci-fi dungeon crawler. I quickly got lost in the detail of Unreal and did not finish, but it made me really want to properly learn Unreal Engine. And I came out of it with a plot and character design for Solward, which I plan to build sometime after Necromaster. In the summer of 2024, I really decided to focus on learning it. I went through a few more Gamedev TV classes and started to get the hang of things. I also went through some Udemy classes. I ran out of time and needed to focus on building Navigating the Labyrinth, so I didn't come back to Unreal until May of 2025 after shipping that game. I finished and released Eridani Survivors and then started working on an action RPG. The RPG was inspired by the loss of the best cat I've ever known, Bob Manchas Tercero, also known as El Bastardo. That one's planned for a bit later, after I build up my skills a bit and release a few more games. But I do already have some really excellent capsule art from Marvin Blattert for it. He's the capsule artist who also did the artwork for Navigating the Labyrinth and Necromaster, and I love his work. So, sometime in the future it'll be possible to rescue my beloved cat from the orcs who kidnapped him. The amount of time I had to invest in Unreal Engine was a bit of a shock because I was off and running building games with Unity within 3 months of starting to study it. Part of the ease of learning Unity for me came from already having been a professional C# programmer for a little over 3 years. I even had professional certifications in the language back in the day. I had slightly more experience in C++, so I thought Unreal Engine would be just as easy. Maybe even easier because I already had some experience in building games. I was wrong. Unreal was much harder to learn, and my C++ skills didn't factor in as much. My next couple games will still be in Unity, but the bigger future projects I have planned for 2027 and beyond will be in Unreal Engine. The animation, lighting, and VFX systems in Unreal are much more appealing for the type of things that I want to build. It's just a shame that I have to leave behind C# in order to do it. C# is a better language because it was specifically designed to eliminate the largest annoyances of C++. But ultimately, the thought process for programming in either language is virtually the same, so it won't be that much of a difference. That's all for now. Thanks for watching.